Welcome back to This Weekly in Dumb. Sorry about last week. I'm a big stupid and I forgot to make an episode, but here I am now, so let's go. First up, Amber Alerts. We've had a couple here in Ontario in the last couple of months, and every time there have been a couple of people calling 911 to complain. To complain about the Amber Alerts. The Amber Alerts that are used to find missing children. And in both cases in the last few months, the child was found within a few hours thanks to the Amber Alert. Sadly, in one case it was too late, but regardless, the alert does work. The problem is, what happens when you wake up the entire province for a missing child using the same alarm also reserved for things like tornadoes, and you're doing it at about 2 in the morning? Eventually, people will stop checking the alarms. An opinion piece written by Robin Urbach argues that it might be good to install some kind of tier system for emergency alerts. Top-level alerts, such as natural disasters or, God forbid, war, would sound the alarm tone that we all know and hate, without any way to disable it. However, second-tier alerts, such as Amber Alerts, would not sound the alarm because not everybody at 2 a.m. in their beds is going to be really helpful to the situation. It's just a thought. I don't mind the wake-up personally, I fall back asleep easily, but I've seen people on Reddit saying that the alarm triggered their PTSD, their anxiety, that it left them unable to function for the following day, so I think it might be good to look into various options. Moving internationally here, Theresa May is set to resign on June 7th, making way for the next Prime Minister. I'm not British, but I do follow plenty of Brits, and I think that regardless of your politics, Brits can unite under this. I don't have much to say here because I don't know the UK political system well, but it's breaking news and I wanted to put that joke in there. Thirdly and finally, because I don't have the energy to care to do more than 3 stories today, let's look at something local to me. CBD Emporium was a store in downtown Windsor from which you could purchase all manner of CBD-based products. CBD is not the chemical in cannabis that causes a high and is known for various health uses, including as a muscle relaxant and a pain reliever. However, a few weeks ago, the owner, George Metropolis, was evicted by Windsor police. Metropolis believed the hemp products he was selling were legal under provincial and federal law because they had no THC, which is the substance that produces a high or intoxication. However, Health Canada said CBD products are subject to the same rules that apply to cannabis, and even if someone holds an industrial hemp license, they're not allowed to sell hemp, and that contains CBD. In a letter obtained by CBC News from the Windsor Police Service to Metropolis's landlord, it says, CBD Emporium is currently selling cannabis-related products. However, Metropolis said he never received any warnings, fines, or charges after police searched his business and then left. The police service isn't able to speak to any specific investigation and could not explain why Metropolis wasn't charged, despite a letter sent to his landlord saying he was selling products. Sergeant Steve Betteridge, the public information officer, said charges are not always laid and there is some legislation that gives police the option to lay charges or not. Metropolis's landlord, Daniel Kafetz, described the behavior of police in this case as cavalier and irresponsible. Metropolis's landlord, Rice Trenhale, says he looked at the law and consulted many organizations before moving forward with the eviction. It was his understanding that police were trying to avoid charging him. Since Metropolis believes he has done nothing wrong, he is considering suing the Windsor Police Service for how to handle the investigation. I'm not sure where I fall on this. I've met these guys personally, so I'm biased on this, but this is something that would have to be settled by the courts. That's all I've got for this week. See you next time with This Weekly in Dumb.